Welcome to Buzzcuts in downtown Lebanon for Jacket Talk Overtime. It is brought to you in part today by Mercy, Ginger's Wellness, and by Mid-Missouri Bank. Lunch provided by Mel's, and we're going to be talking football today. The Yellow Jackets playing very well as we head toward middle of October as Lebanon gets set for the Glendale Falcons this Friday night. And we'll recap the big win at Kickapoo this past Friday night on Jacket Talk Overtime coming up next.
My name is Jaisha Connor, owner and nurse practitioner here at Ginger Wellness. I believe that sometimes healthcare does too much, and I believe that's where wellness centers can really bridge that gap and really give people some confidence in natural ways, healthier ways, to really improve quality of life and to get healthy.
We want to feel better and live better lives. It's not about quantity, it's a lot about quality of your life.
Ginger Wellness is where I went to get my quality of life back.
Coach C joining us on Jacket Talk Overtime from Buzzcuts here on our weekly show after a 49-21 victory at Springfield Kickapoo last Friday night. Coach, good performance by your team after the opening kickoff was returned 90 yards for a touchdown by the Chiefs. So got behind, a little adversity early, but you just stuck with the program and took it from there.
Super proud of our kids. I told them on Monday that there is visible, tangible evidence of improvement, and that's what it's all about. And I think that our ceiling is yet to be reached. I still don't think we've played our best football, and I think that we have the capability to continue to grow. We've got to maintain an urgency to do that. Obviously, off of a 2-game winning streak, sometimes that can create, a little bit of a, we're going to step back and take a deep breath and not be as urgent. But I don't think that our kids are going to be in that spot. I really think that they're very hungry to keep this thing progressing in the right way. You highlighted the opening kickoff. You got to tip your cap to Kickapoo. They block that thing really well. We probably kicked it to the wrong person, which is on me. Honestly, both of those two guys we felt were dangerous. However, number 20 was the feature running back, and, we felt like that number 1 was perhaps the right guy, but in reality, that was not the case. And so we adjusted, and once we made an adjustment, we covered things very well from that point on, but certainly had to deal with a little bit of adversity, but that's really nothing new for our football team. Not that, we desire adversity, but I think that our team is definitely battle tested, and certainly, being down 7-0 right from the get-go wasn't anything that was going to burst our balloon at that point.
But you go to halftime up 35-7, the kickoff return, the only score that Kickapoo managed in the first half. What was the defensive game plan against the Chiefs, and how do you feel that was carried out?
I think Coach Allen and Coach Hicks and our defensive staff had a really nice plan coming in, and honestly, there were a little bit of parallels with the week before with Ozark. And some other games. When you see these spread looks and you play them week after week after week, you have an opportunity to really expand not only in maybe the fronts you give, but the pressures that you give and the coverages. So I think that we're becoming more and more multiple, and we're executing at a much better rate against some of that stuff. And I thought that we did a tremendous job. It always starts up front, Kevin, and Mason Hendricks and Nick Allen, and the crew of guys that we have playing the nose position. We got Mason Jones, Kenneth Lucas gave us some valuable reps, and then Christian Williams comes in when we move Mason Hendricks to nose. It's kind of our fast D-line look. Those guys are flat getting it done, and that's where it all starts, is with that crew, and then the linebacker level in our secondary are also every single week getting better. We're getting tremendous play really from both levels. I feel like we're tackling as a football team better each and every week, and that's kind of a normal progression as you go through the course of your season, and so defensively I feel like that we're in a good spot now. There are some things that we see on film that we got to continue to get better at. There's some things that maybe our opponents haven't taken advantage of yet that we see that we've got to get fixed, and so we're working really hard to get those things ironed up.
Spending any more time on tackling during practice during the course of the week that you normally do in seasons past?
No, it's the same. We tackle every day. So, I mean, it's not any more or any less. It's just the simple element of, number one, it's a speed on Friday night that we don't see. And then number two, we can't beat each other up at practice. And so the live component, it's a little bit different when it's a full speed body that you're wrapping up. We're able to do that a little bit in the preseason, but obviously with our depth, it's just not smart for us to beat each other up at practice. So we've got to kind of develop on the run, and that's kind of been a standard deal for us throughout the years.
After that first Kickapoo score, then you respond and you go up 35-7 at halftime. The next three possessions, all with good field position. So that really factored into the offense, really being able to drive the football a short field.
Kicking game is improving in really all phases. A lot of that has to do with, the fact that, we've got a few more veteran players on some of those teams. Not that our young guys didn't try hard and do a good job, but the fact is, when you got more of a veteran player, oftentimes they're more physically able to get the job done, and you're seeing that. And of course, the weather, as it inches forward, we anticipate it being cooler and our gas tank being even more full. Now, Friday night, uniquely enough, Kevin, we were pushing bananas and guys at halftime, and still kind of humid night. And so, we still were battling it. But this morning it was 33 degrees when we practiced our first half of our practice this morning. So we anticipate it's going to get cooler, and that will benefit us as we've got a few guys that are on the field quite a bit.
Yeah, you mentioned this morning you're splitting practice today due to the homecoming parade. So how does that fit into the work schedule this week?
Yeah, the kids did a great job this morning. And I liked it. I liked, changes sometimes, I think it adds a different energy. I mean, our kids were freezing, but we maintained focus for the most part today and got done what we needed to get done. And we needed to have a full practice today, especially obviously with the tragedy that we had to deal with. And the funeral for Rudy Zalis was Monday. Which Luke Winfrey and Shadle Colonial Chapel did a tremendous job with that. It was an outstanding celebration of life. And that was a hard day, and we didn't practice that day with our varsity. And so with one less practice day and then this parade today, we needed a full practice day today. And so we'll get that. Kids had a great week. We did defense this morning and some special teams. We'll do offense and some special teams after school. And it'll be a great day. We'll be ready to go.
Coach, I was at the service on Monday at First Baptist Church. I got there about 12:15. Sanctuary and the upstairs was almost already filled by that time. And just an amazing tribute to a young man's life. Very emotional, very sad, some laughter at times, but I thought it was a fitting tribute to Rudy Zalis. And you mentioned the job that Luke Winfrey, your former quarterback, did as a pastor at First Baptist Church. Just phenomenal. It really drew the community together on that day, I thought.
No doubt about it. And I mean, I can't say enough good things about Luke and what, he does for this community. And we have so many great pastors in this community that do great things. And Luke certainly is one of those. And he attacked, this thing that's so challenging so well. And it impacted everybody that was there. There's no doubt about that in so many ways. And the tribute was, I thought, perfect. In a very challenging situation because obviously Rudy Zalis went too young, and there's a lot of wonders as to why, but we have to trust God in that, and certainly what Rudy's influence to everyone in this community has been powerful, and so he will definitely, his legacy will not be forgotten ever, and it'll live on.
Nice touch for Kickapoo High School to post his number 4 over in front of the Yellow Jacket rooting section on Friday night.
classy, not surprised. Scott Phillips, their athletic director, and Nate Thomas, their head football coach, are tremendous human beings. And we're so grateful and thankful for the love and support from their booster club. The player signed a number 4 sign and gave us that. We're very grateful for the love and support and in challenging time. And obviously it's a lot bigger than a football game. You know, I know when we crossed the lines, we were battling, but, you know, there's a brotherhood in the fact that, you know, it's 2 high schools in the same conference. We've played for a long time, and both would do it for both.
Back at York, 4 for 4 for 54 yards on Friday night, continues to grab command of the offense and really do an improving job week by week. You can tell that. It's obvious, isn't it?
It's very obvious. He's so much more comfortable. And I said this in our show last week. I really credit our senior class for doing a great job of surrounding him with support. And you know, and allowing him the opportunity to develop without a ton of pressure. He has some pressure, but I think the support that he's gotten from everyone has really allowed him to nurture and develop, and he's still continuing to do that. And in a lot of ways, I mean, he's starting to step into being a junior. And by the time we get to districts, that's exactly what I will consider him after having almost a full season, frankly, under his belt. He'll be very comfortable and ready to go.
Jax Glendenning, 216 yards, 32 carries on Friday night, was able to get most of the fourth quarter off. So just another workhorse type performance by him on Friday.
Absolutely, no doubt. I mean, we just ho-hum, right? 216. That's all, right? You know, I mean, I laugh at that because how hard that is. But Jax runs as hard as any kid in the state, in my opinion. And, you know, every single time he carries the football, you better bring it. It's just the way it is. I don't say that to be arrogant. That's just the reality. And he did a tremendous job. And like you said, you know, with probably 10 carries left off the table by not playing in the fourth.
Braden LaMontagne, big plays both on offense and defense Friday night, and we've seen that now here in recent games.
Without question, he has been so valuable to our football team. We've talked about that, noted it. He's doing a lot of stuff for us. He's asked to do a lot. You know, he began the season at slot, did a good job. We had some receiver issues. We asked him to go there. He's looked fantastic there. He's played in our secondary. We've asked him to play outside linebacker. He's asked to do things in special teams. He's just done a tremendous job for our football team, and had an interception, a couple of big receptions on very tough catches, that extended drives. And so very big night for him.
Braden Christian, he ran for 80 yards on Friday night, had an interception on defense. That earned him the Missouri Cooperage Player of the Week. He is having a fine season also, and you get to have a lot of input with him, don't you?
He is improving, and, you know, I've been very pleased with just the overall journey of from start to finish with physicality. You know, an area that he needed to grow in, and I think that he's improving in that area. And he's another guy that, because of depth in certain spots, that there's a lot asked. I mean, he is almost on every special team. He's holding on our PAT field goals, playing at outside linebacker and slot. And so there's a grind to that, and the performance really the last couple of weeks has been solid, and we need that. We need compliments, right, for all these guys. We talked about Braden LaMontagne and the big catches. Abe Allen coming back from injury. He's getting his wheels back. We need compliments because obviously 36 is a major feature, but there needs to be more than that. And I think those guys are really starting to show that. We're getting to the pitch better in our option game. You saw that on Friday, and that's deadly when folks load it up, you know. And so I'm proud of Braden and the rest of our crew.
Is perimeter blocking also coming into the forefront a little bit better now than what it was earlier in the season?
It's improving. Now, I would tell you, if Coach Summer was sitting here next to me, there's still growth to go there. And that's high up on our list right now, that we continue to improve, like our rocket toss blocking and just different elements. We've got to continue to get better there. And I think that's going to be pivotal for us as we make that district run. And so we see growth. We need more growth.
You did win the turnover battle on Friday night. I know that made you happy.
There's no doubt. We talked about, I think, on the last show that we were, I think, -6, right? Maybe coming into that. And so we're inching towards being plus on the season, which is where we want to be. So we need to have another big week this week. We need to be on the plus side, and that needs to be a broken record. But frankly, I mean, you look at your percentage chance of winning the ball game when you're on the plus side of that turnover differential, it's through the roof. So we've got to continue to get takeaways.
Lebanon will host Glendale for homecoming on Friday night at 7 o'clock as the Falcons come in under new head coach Frank Tristan. He's an alum of Glendale, and they've kind of revamped their offensive approach, haven't they?
They have. They're much different. Obviously, we saw the empty game for a long time. Very challenging to prepare for that. They now are more of a traditional spread look. They do have some empties still. In fact, I think they were 10, 12 snaps, maybe Friday in it. They've got multiple threats. The running back number 9 is a quality back. He's had a nice year. He's got another gear, frankly, maybe than the last 2 backs that we've seen. Quarterback can run and throw. They've got 3 quality receivers, 11, 14, that can catch the football and do something with it after the catch. So an offense that, we've got to be very disciplined, and we've got to execute. We've got to execute our looks. We've got to execute our pressures. We've got to wrap up, and we got to get more hats at the ball carrier than one. And do a really good job in all of those areas. So a team that, for us mentally as a football team, we cannot look at the record. We can't look at the scores maybe with some of those other games. What we got to look at is an opponent that is playing good football right now, and we've got to come out and have a lot of urgency to attack our opponent.
You come into this week, I believe, number 4 in the district standings. Are you starting to kind of look at that and maybe project a little bit, or are you still laser focused on week to week?
I mean, in order for us to really control our destiny, we've got to take care of business on our own end. I mean, as coaches, we always, especially defensively, Kevin, you have to analyze your opponents in the future. You can't wait until you have 3 days to get ready, especially if it's a different look. You've got to start implementing little details that might be needed in advanced weeks, obviously with the focus being the week you're in. So we've analyzed the options, we've analyzed the math, but it all comes down to us taking care of our own business. And what that means is not only do we need to win the ball game clearly, but we need to be winning by 13. And so we do that, then, I mean, there is a possibility we could even move all the way up to the 2. And so we just got to control what we do. But yes, we know what all of our district opponents look like at this point, but it all boils down to Glendale, because if we don't take care of business and what's right in front of us, then the seed's going to go the direction we don't want it to go.
Well, in Class 5, District 5 this year, when you get to that stage of the season, there won't be any rematches now, because everyone else in the district is not a member of the COC. So it'll be somewhat of a new opponent, even though there's an opportunity. You play teams that you have met before and recently.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, I'm mixed on that. I think I've never had a problem playing a team a second time. I think that, we've been decently fruitful in that. And then, of course, when you got a fresh opponent, I think there's benefits to that. All I really know is this: what we can focus on is what we can control, which is us, and what we've played, Kevin. And there's no doubt about it that the schedule that we've played has prepared us for our district. And not that we don't have great teams in there. We do. We all know how good Camdenton is. Rolla's a good football team, too. And obviously, Elias is a great team, and Capital City's had a great year, and Smith Cotton and Jeff City have played great schedules. So they're all tough. But we know our schedule has prepared us. There's no doubt about it. And there's a couple of teams in there that I'm just going to go out and say are better than anybody in there. And so we feel good about where we're at. And we just simply got to continue to stay right on the peg on the ladder that we're on.
Injury situation going into week number 8. How's it looking?
Well, pretty solid, really. I mean, we've still got a couple of young guys out. And then, of course, obviously, our season-ending injury that we had in the Jamboree. But other than that, our guys are healthy, and we're very blessed because of that. And when you're at this point in the year and the curve is this way in health and not that way, you feel pretty fortunate. So,
very good. Great job at Kickapoo on Friday. We look forward to the Glendale game, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Jacket Talk Overtime brought to you in part today by Mid-Missouri Bank, by Ginger's Wellness, and by Mercy. Back with more in just a moment.
How much has your bank paid you? We've paid our Kasasa account holders more than $7 million since 2017. Open an account in minutes to get in on the earnings today.
We are back on Jacket Talk Overtime and joined by Lebanon offensive center Eli Jackson. How did the offensive line fare in the Kickapoo game last week in your estimation?
I think we did great. I mean, we had plenty of pancake blocks. We really just moved them around. We did great. We worked hard. I mean, we definitely have improved since the last weeks. So I feel like we really showed it that game against Kickapoo.
Can you kind of relate the improvement curve that Coach C has talked about from, say, the Jamboree through the first 6 weeks? Is it on the upward trend?
Oh, yeah, we've improved a ton. I mean, it's just getting exponential growth. And, I mean, we're going to – by postseason, we will be where we want to be.
Have you played other positions on the O-line other than center?
I have. Sophomore year, they started me out at tackle, and I played there for about half the year, and then I switched to center. And starting this year, I started at guard, and now I'm back at center. So I've been everywhere.
People that watch college and pro football, they see the centers barking out the line calls and things of that nature. Is that part of your job description also?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll make calls, and I'll kind of just guide the line and make sure they all know what's happening, what's going on.
What was the process like for you to get acquainted with Beckett York being the quarterback?
Well, Beckett, he's a year younger than me, so, I mean, we didn't know each other very well, but whenever he stepped up to be a QB, I mean, we just kind of clicked. It was pretty quick. I mean, we got to meet each other, we got pretty well acquainted, and it just got comfortable. We got comfortable pretty quickly, and now we just click like that, and it's like we've known each other for years now.
You've been through this before. It's just a process of bringing all the chemistry together, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just, yep.
What sort of subjects do you enjoy in school?
Well, I enjoy math and history.
Do you have an idea of what you want to do post-high school?
Well, a buddy of mine, Dana Conrad and Thomas Howe, they're old football players. They've come back and coached 8th grade, and that'd be something I'd come and enjoy to do after high school and stay in the program.
How tough is Glendale going to be Friday night? What's going to be the keys on the offensive line?
We've got to get movement. We've got to make sure we're finishing blocks. I think we definitely have the size and the power and strength to beat them. We've just got to make sure we're finishing blocks, firing off the ball, and working hard.
Great job. Thanks for the visit. Congratulations on a great season so far.
Thank you.
That's Lebanon center Eli Jackson as a part of Jacket Talk Overtime.
That was me. Fellas,
Yes.
we're sitting here with 3 offensive linemen, and they all turned down donuts. What is wrong with you guys?
I don't want to get like the sugar or whatever it is all over my face. Then I'd look bad, even worse on camera.
I don't want to look chubby in front of the camera more than I already do. So we're gonna
Dry out my mouth.
keep that waist non-existent.
I'm amazed that none of you ate a donut. I'm actually pretty impressed. I didn't eat any either, but I mean, like, I opened them up and showed them to you guys, and you were like, "Man, has coach got you cutting weight, or are you wrestlers, or what's going on?"
I'll grab one before I leave for sure.
You'll just wait till after.
Yeah, I'll wait so that way I don't look quite as big.
Gotcha. So it's Wednesday. We're doing some jacket talk. We're having a little fun with 3 junior offensive linemen for the Yellow Jackets. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
My name is Jake Redmond. I'm a junior, and I'm playing right guard, number 66.
All right.
I'm Hayden Perkins. I'm a junior, and I play left tackle. I'm number 72.
Eli Jackson, number 51, playing center.
Awesome. So we're sitting down with you guys, and we do things a little different in this type. We want to talk more about who you guys are, what you do outside of school, maybe touch on maybe what you think you're going to do after school. But first I want to start, you guys are juniors, and we always talk about seniors and leaving your impact in that. But can you tell us a little bit about what some of the seniors that you guys have interacted with or been teammates with, what they instilled in you guys?
The senior class right now is really good at leading, like as a whole. I mean, Jack's aside, he's always been hyping everybody up, but like I've never really had a bad experience with any of our seniors right now.
Right.
I completely agree. I mean, they're all, I won't say all of them, but most of them are natural born leaders. They get everybody ready. They're like, all right, keep the energy going. Because if people get down in practice, everybody gets down. And then practice just becomes not a good practice.
Right.
So they're really good at keeping everybody motivated and hyped up.
Cool.
They're also good at keeping everybody included
Yes.
and making us all feel like a team.
That's got to be comforting. I know there's probably some times where there can be some division. Obviously, not to get too far into it, but there was some adversity to start the year and even up into last week, and building that team and kind of having those relationships has got to be pretty cool, right?
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
How did you guys manage some of the adversity at the start of the season? Like, what was it personally? Because most of this team, the community's not really experienced that side of football in, recent seasons.
Yeah. It was definitely a struggle at first, but then you just got to work on yourself as a team, most importantly. You got to kind of forget about the last game as soon as it's done.
Right.
Yeah. You don't want to ponder on a loss. You just want to look back and learn from it.
Right.
Yep, just keep your head down and keep going.
Gotcha. So we talked before this. You guys are video gamers. I think all 3 of you. Matter of fact, you were playing a video game last night.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, we were.
Care to admit? Because I probably wouldn't.
I'll admit it.
What game were you playing?
Fortnite.
All right.
I even got my mom to play Fortnite.
You got your mom to play
She
Fortnite?
plays more than I do. Swear.
All right.
The Fortnite fiend.
Shout out to your mom for being a Fortnite fiend.
Yes.
And you played Fortnite last night, but like, is that typically, or is it like a Call of Duty, or what else do we play? Because you guys all said you don't play sports games, right?
I'm a Madden guy.
A Madden guy. What team? Chiefs?
Packers.
Packers. Why the Packers?
They're my favorite team. Go Green Bay.
All right. Jordan Love's back.
Heck yeah.
Played well. 4 touchdowns last week, I think?
Yeah.
Good. Feel good about that?
Oh, yeah.
Love or Rodgers? Who would you
Love.
rather have? Love. Okay. You're
Rodgers-
adamant about that.
Rodgers has fallen off.
Falling off.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a stat, like, he hasn't had a 300-yard game in, I think, years. It's been a little crazy. Yeah, you act like you don't even
Well,
like
I
that
didn't know which
side.
side of the family you were talking about.
No,
so,
Todd was 2 years older than me. We played football together.
Yeah, he's an icon.
Do you know, have you ever heard the story of Todd's truck he drove in high school?
No, I have not. I don't believe so.
He had everybody loved his truck. It was like an early 90s Chevy Silverado extended cab with the step side bed. Do you guys even understand what a step side bed is? Do you know what that is? So
No,
they
sir.
used to make truck beds that, like, the bed was thinner than the wheels. So it had like wrapped around the You had a step side. You could step on the side to get in it, but it made the bed smaller. And he had one of those, but it was gold, and it had like fiberglass running boards and like the loudest sound system you can imagine, so you could hear him all around. And but yeah, Todd was a couple years older than me. We're recording, right? Okay. So we've established that you guys like Fortnite. We've established that you're a Madden guy in Green Bay. What about you?
I'll play some sports games with my dad on the occasion. Some Madden.
Right.
He's a complainer.
He's a complainer?
Oh, absolutely. Every time it comes down to like I score or something, is he'll play on rookie and I'll have to play on all Madden. He's like, I have to be home team. There's a home field advantage. Anytime scored touchdown, it's you're cheating. This game's rigged.
I always default to catch up mode. Like it somehow lets you come back. It wants close games. So what team do you play with?
I normally play with the Chiefs.
Chiefs. Okay. Are you a cheater and run with Patrick Mahomes and like use like that to your advantage? Or are you like a drop back?
No, sir. I run a wheel route about 9 times out of 10 and throw it to Kelsey.
Okay.
Every time.
Fair. And then we got a lot to talk about, you and I do, because you told me earlier you didn't know how to read. So what he's referring to is, before we started, I said, who's been the hardest person to block this season? And you said, I don't know. And I said, I think you said numbers, or somebody said a number, and you said, I don't know their numbers. I just block who's in front of me. And so he does know how to read. We just jokingly can't check out a number. But tell us a little bit about how you guys are navigating high school, being student athletes, the time commitments, that sort of thing, or what's kind of kept you going.
Mostly my dad. He wants me on track and everything. Football is my priority. School is his priority.
Okay.
Whenever I'm not focusing on school,
Awesome. Handling school. What's your favorite subject?
I like
History. Okay. Like what era history? Pre-Civil War, post-Civil War, American Revolution.
I really like the ancient
Okay. Egyptian. You like Egyptians and wars.
the wars are interesting. Also, like the Christians, I like the Bible. I like to know how things came to be.
Okay. That's cool. What about you? What's your favorite subject?
I absolutely love history.
Okay.
And I also like lunch.
You're going to walk like an Egyptian like him, or are you, what part of history?
I really like the World War II, World War I era.
Okay.
Seeing how World War I affected World War II. That's
Okay.
kind of
Cool.
I
And
really
then
like that area.
you mentioned lunch, but you don't like
Absolutely.
donuts.
Oh, I absolutely love donuts. Just can't make that public.
Okay.
No, it's on the down low.
All right. What's the best thing at school lunch right now? Like in my day, do you still have a salad bar?
I don't know. I don't eat
We
salad.
do.
You guys have?
He wouldn't know.
Hey, you can load a salad up with like 4,000 calories pretty quick. So what's the best school lunch meal right now? Shout out to the lunch ladies.
Shout out to the lunch ladies. It's got to be the pork patty with the mashed potatoes.
Pork patty with mashed potatoes. All right. What do you like to eat when you're not at school? I know we had a soccer player that he only liked spaghetti and didn't like any other kind of pasta.
I really like cheeseburgers, and
Cheeseburgers?
I love Taco Bell.
Cheeseburgers and Taco Bell. Favorite thing at Taco Bell?
Beefy 5-layer burrito.
Beefy 5-layer burrito. Okay.
Absolutely.
Fair. Did you try any of those new sauces they have? Like they had the green sauce at one point. Now it's like a red hot sauce. Try any of those?
I'm going to toss that over to this big guy because he's the one who ate the green sauce last time we went.
The green sauce is good. Why they got to charge us for it though, right? Just let you eat. What do you get from Taco Bell? All right. One of everything. I'll take one of everything. All right. Samuel L. Jackson, what do you, let's talk about food with you. What are you into?
I'm just like a good homemade cheeseburger.
Good homemade cheeseburger? Okay. On the grill or like a flat top smash burger?
Both ways, but preferably on the grill.
All right. Now, school. We got two history buffs. If you say history, then this is all rigged. So,
Hot take, I like math.
you like math?
Yeah.
What about math?
It's just nice whenever it clicks and you can solve problems. It's satisfying.
You want to do math when you get older too, or are you going to get away from
No,
that?
I'll probably get away from that.
Got it. You guys, any of you guys have plans after school set in stone, or do you kind of still filling out what your options are?
I want to go. Right now, we're playing with
Okay. Follow dad. Your dad's an educator. Okay. Okay.
I want to go to college, preferably either Pitt State, Missouri State, or Mizzou, just something
Okay.
semi-local.
Right.
And probably, I don't know what I want to major in, but I definitely want to minor in ministry studies.
Okay.
Because as Jake is, and all three of us, not three of us, but most people, I'm a Christian, and I have okay Bible knowledge, and I want to see how I can put that to use in the real world and help save people for a better cause.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And for you?
I don't know what I want to do. I'll hopefully go to college somewhere, but I don't know what I want to major in. So.
So definitely some sort of higher education, kind of move on in that direction. All right. Give me a non-football related favorite memory of high school. Eli?
I'd probably just have to go with, the assemblies are fun, but there was an assembly I was watching and somebody threw a beanbag and didn't make it halfway across the court, and they were supposed to make it all the way down to the other side, and I made fun of them for a while. So that was a good memory.
All right.
I'd say for me, probably either it's got to be something on the golf course that's happened.
Right.
Golf course is a lot of fun.
Spend all your time there?
Not all the time, but when I can go, I'll find a way.
Gotcha. Jake?
I've always had fun at track meets.
Track meets?
Throw, get the business done for about 15 minutes and hang out.
And then you just get to enjoy the sunshine, right?
Not like all these other skinny people running all day long.
Yeah.
I got about 5 minutes of competing, and then I throw up a hammock, chill out, hang out with people.
All right.
It's great.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. Any aspirations to athletics after high school or anything like that, or?
Absolutely.
Right.
Love to.
Football, track, like which?
Anything that want me. I feel like probably football, but.
Gotcha. And for either of you, anything athletics? Is it?
If it happens, it happens. It'd be awesome. But if it doesn't, oh well, you know.
Right.
I would love to go somewhere for shot put and track. So.
Oh, cool. Well, I think we've kind of went across everything there is to talk about. I know I'm excited to see you guys play this Friday night. We got Glendale coming to town, homecoming. But before we get off here, tell us a little bit about your families and kind of some of the things that you want to share about that. That was a weird question, but you get the drift.
So first, talk about my sister. Volleyball player, committed to go play at Pitt State.
Yep.
And she's kind of, in a weird way, it's like friendly competition kind of deal. I have no jealousy towards her or anything, but I also want to go play, and so seeing her there has kind of pushed me to get better faster. Right. And then my dad, excuse me, has always been like my rock through all this stuff, like good times, bad times. So always come talk to dad. And then mom's just always supportive, no matter what.
When she's not playing Fortnite.
Yeah, when she's not playing Fortnite. When she is, they're not toxic.
You stay away. Yeah. Stay away. Well, good. Shout out to mom and dad. Couldn't do it without them, right?
No, not at all.
All right.
I got Sherry's my mother. Tim is my father. I got a little brother, a little sister, Hannity and Huxon. Hannity does dance and volleyball. Huxon's a football and basketball player. Mom and dad both got jobs. Mom's a teacher. Dad works at MEP here in town. Absolutely love them to death. They've been my rock, hard, just like Jake, hard times and the not hard times.
Right.
So supported me through everything.
That's
love
awesome.
you, Mom. Love you, Dad.
My parents, my dad's been a football coach, and he coaches me at home as well. So that's part of the reason why I am where I am today. And so I really appreciate that and admire him for that. And my mom, she's always taking care of stuff at home, and I really appreciate that. She does a great job.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to give you guys a little bit of spotlight and let people get to know you a little bit. I got one last question. Actually, I got two. Favorite lineman of all time, ever? High school, college, pros, whoever.
I'm going to say Quentin Nelson on the Colts.
Okay.
That was a good one to watch. Very good.
Right.
Or like Trent Williams, 49ers.
Yeah. He finally got back on the field this year. He kind of a little holdout there, and then didn't he get injured?
He did.
Okay. Eli?
I was a Packers fan who doesn't know much history. I like David Bakatari.
Okay. None of you said Jason Kelsey. I was a little bit surprised, especially.
I was going there, but switched it.
All right. And then last question. drive block or pancake? Which would you rather do?
Definitely pancake. Looks better.
Yeah, 100% a pancake.
Pancake for sure.
Force someone to go on the ground and then kind of lay or even bounce on some of those guys. Bounce off of them. Looks cool.
Wow.
And it gives you the ability to talk trash too. Like you're like just laying on top of them. You can say whatever you want. And they can't really do anything back to you. So it's pretty nice.
So what you're saying is you just want to talk trash.
Absolutely. Pancake would call him a good boy and you walk away.
Oh my.
Well, guys, we appreciate you taking some time. We're gonna take care of you with Mel's, and we appreciate them being here for us and being a partner of Jacket Talk. And we're looking forward to Friday night, and then we got 2 straight home games, right?
Yes, sir.
Senior night it will be next Friday night against Waynesville, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And homecoming this week. Homecoming dance, yay or nay? Is that still not a good thing, bad thing? Do it, don't do it? What's up with that?
I'm sure several people are going to do it, but
Not for you?
I'll be going.
You'll be going? You got a date?
Yes, sir.
Did you do the whole like
I attempted
poster
to.
board? Oh, and she said no?
Oh no, she said yes, but it was it wasn't very good. It wasn't as traditional as you might think because I'm not very good at that kind of stuff, but I tried my best. So.
Okay. And you?
Yeah, I'll be going. I have a girlfriend, so.
You just can go home and play Fortnite with your mom, aren't you? Oh, where are you going?
Pitt State.
Oh, you're going to Pitt State. Awesome.
I haven't got to take a chip, but I think so.
Awesome. Well, guys, I appreciate you sitting down with us. Look forward to watching you guys finish out the season strong. I know you guys got all the support in the world, and talking to Abe and Avery last week, and I know Jax would say the same. Those guys can't do it without you, and we appreciate you. All right, guys. Go Jackets.
Yes, sir.
Go Jackets.
You got to say it.
Go Jackets.
Go Jackets.
You shouldn't have to give up the hometown bank experience to enjoy modern convenience. Just check our Google reviews about our in-person, online, and mobile banking experiences. Open an account in minutes today.